me know when you're going. Good evening, everybody, and, well, should I say afternoon? It's mid-afternoon. I'm not used to doing this live. We're live on YouTube here on Channel 15. Lynn Classical, the girls will be a doubleheader. The boys will play next. Girls taking on Medford, and Classical's hoping it's going to be a little bit easier than the first game. They had to go overtime to win their first one on the road. Medford looking to get even. They lost to Lynn English, so Medford looking to get a split here in Lynn. Lauren Hennessy inbounds it to Amelia Pedro. Got a few of those names that certainly Lynn people will recognize. Almost lost it. Shot from the corner, around the rim and out. Follow up, hung on the rim and fell out. Shayla Brinklick was in position, laid it up, didn't get a break, it dropped out. That one went in and out. And we're going to get a foul. Brinklick went over the top. It looked like Dawn Eisner was going to come up with the shot right away, and Brinklick was ready to block it, but when she reached up to block it, Eisner hadn't got ready to shoot yet, and she went over her back. So 3 is Shayla Brinkner, 4 is Reese Brinkler, 11 is Amelia Pedro, 10 is Ava Thurman, and 14 is Lauren Hennessy. She makes them both. Eisner gets Medford on the board first. That's good. That's tough. So they get rid of it. To go cross court. Driving high off the glass, no good. Tip. And we got a foul against Medford. Amelia Pedro. One of those names I mentioned if you're a Lynn fan, especially a football fanatic. Peter Pedro, Pistol Pete, one of the outstanding football players anywhere. And we've got another Ava Thurman. The Thurman family were great, outstanding athletes here, and Eddie and Tony both in football and basketball, and in college as well. So Pedro gets Classical on the board. 11 is Emma Casey. 23 is Gianna Scarpelli. And Dawn Eisner took steps. She was going to take the shot, couldn't get it off, and then took an extra step. 5 is Marin McGinnis. 13 is Zoe Kalar. Off the rim, no good. They're going to get Shayla Brinkler for going over the top. And that's 2 quick fouls on Brinkler. And that's going to cause Tom Sawyer to go to his bench. Molly Mannion in the game as Glasgow goes 1-2-2, full court pressure. Medford breaks it. They get it inside. Shot, no good. Tipped up. Lost out of bounds off Medford. A little different doing this live on YouTube. And a little different doing it in the gym with nobody except the teams. No fans at all. Hennessy takes the shot. Off the rim, no good. Tip right into the hands of McGinnis. Another foul. This one, I believe, will be against Mannion. Nice pass from McGinnis to Kalar, and she got hit, taking the layup. Looking to add to Medford's lead with 2 at the line. And a little different now with the free throw shooting. Nobody in the lane for the first shot, and I still don't understand this because nobody's going to be banging or whacking, getting together because there's no rebounding. But they all get in the lane for the second shot. She missed that one. She gets her own rebound, goes to the basket, and they're going to call her for steps. So we played almost 2 minutes. We haven't had a basket yet. We've had 3 free throws. As Hennessy brings it up. They get a little bit of a break there. Mannion with a tough shot. A little over the head hook shot. But they call the foul. Foul goes against Gina Scarpelli. And Mannion will be at the line for 2. Nothing but net with the first one. Mannion gets on the scoreboard. Now we're dead even at 2. And it brings Catherine Jaslin off the bench for Medford. No good. Long rebound. Mannion got her own rebound. Taken away from Thurman. Pass ahead. Shot too strong. Rebound up and good by Jaslin. So we get our first basket. Took almost 2.5 minutes. Medford gets it and they're leading 4-2. Too strong with the shot. They kick it out to Thurman for 3. Off the rim, no good. Tip. Casey comes away with it. They go inside. Missed the shot. Reese Sprinkler wound up with it. What a great play. Long pass. What a great job by Amelia Pedro. Just catching the pass was enough, but then she wound up making the shot. Looked like she was too far out of the basket, but she made the shot. So both teams get their first basket, and we played just about 3 minutes and nothing to choose, 4-4. Three-point basket from the corner from Pedro. She's got 6 of the 7. And Glasgow has their first lead, 7-4. They go, nice pass inside. Easy layup for Jocelyn. She's got both baskets. Thurman got stuck inside, but she got the shot. Got her own rebound. Good effort by Ava Thurman. Thurman shuts McGinnis down as she tried to go coast to coast, knocking it out. So 1 point lead for the Lady Rams. Totally different atmosphere with basketball going on, but the kids are having the time of their life. They're getting to play. They haven't been able to practice a heck of a lot. 3-point basket by Pareko Rumenap. Try to say that. Barakel Rumenap. Try to say that 5 times fast. Shayla Brinkler with the 2 fouls are coming back. McGinnis was betwixt and between. Do I go to the basket? Do I pass it right? Do I pass it left? She took a couple of extra steps. So back and forth we go. Medford up by 2 now on that 3-point shot by Rumenap. Shayla Brinkler didn't think she traveled, but referee just explained the situation. They gave it away, stuck on the floor. Mannion strong to the basket. It won't go, but she'll get 2 at the line. Kalaw had to get rid of it because she fell down, and she wound up handing it to Mannion, who got fouled by McGinnis. She picks up her second foul, and Mannion's back at the free throw line. Nothing but net again. She made the shot. They gave it to her. It looked like both stepped in too soon. Looked like everybody stepped in the lane too soon. I don't know if one offsets the other and they count the free throw. Referee just talked to one of the assistants for Medford, make some explanation. I guess it sufficed because she went back and sat down. Casey's back in the game. Eisner. They try to go inside. Tough shot. They wind up falling down. And they fell. Did they call travel or they call a foul? They called a foul. And they called it on Shayla Brinkler, and that's her 3rd. So she just came back with 2. Now she's got to go out with 3. And Reese Brinkler replaces Shayla Brinkler. They get it to Casey. Eisner is way outside. They go inside. They can't get the shot off. Still can't get the shot off. A very tough shot from behind the basket. Now they fight for it, and they're going to call a jump ball. It'll be Classical's basketball. So we were tied at 2. We were tied at 4. We were tied at 9. And I'm looking at across the way. They had the arrow favoring Classical, but they gave the ball to Medford. And it doesn't make any difference because Hennessy took it away. Nice bounce pass. She gave it to Thurman. She could have gone all the way. She gave it to Thurman. And Classical's back on top by 2. Now they pick it off. Hennessy Tough shot, falling away from the basket, threw it out of bounds. 2:25 left in this first period. Back and forth we go. Classical up by 2. That full court 1-2-2 press. Almost lost it. I don't think she meant to dribble behind her back. A good move by Rumenap. She got stuck and she bounced it off the foot or the leg of Wilson to keep in the possession of Medford. They were having a really tough time. There's no 10-second in girls basketball. Otherwise, they would have lost it. Can't get it to go. Medford comes up with the rebound. In and out with the shot. They go deep to Thurman. Gets it to go and gets fouled. She was down court looking for the pass. She got it, went strong to the basket. Kissed it off the glass, got hit. She's looking for a conventional 3. Glasgow with their biggest lead of 4, 13-9. Off the rim and in. Thurman's got 5, and it's a 5-point lead. And we're going to get a foul. Pedro a little too close to Rumenap. As she tried to go up court, they called it contact. They didn't look before they passed it. They were assuming somebody was there. Thurman shot no good. Sprinkler came away with it. 3-point shot off the rim, no good. Long rebound. No shot, she banked it in. I don't think she called the bank, but she'll take it. And all of a sudden, it's an 8-point lead. Pascal has run 8 in a row. And we're going to get a foul. They had Scarpelli stuck in the corner, but they reached in. And that's the limit now. So with 1:09 left in the first period, Medford will be shooting free throws the rest of the way. Medford having a lot of problems with this press. Very quick shot. Steps called. Kayla looks like he was in a perfect position. Rebound the basketball, looked like an open layup, and they called her for steps. Final minute. Another 3-point basket by Pedro. She's got 3 of them. She's got 12 points. And it's a 10-0 run. And now Medford turns it over. Taking it in, they stepped in bounds. So open the closet door. Whatever can fall in on Medford's head is falling in on their head. Clea Brown in the game. Off the rim, no good. Tip. Eisner comes away with it. 30 seconds and counting. And we get a foul against Classical. That's going to put Eisner at the line for 1-1. Second foul on Pedro. So the only negative on the side for Classical are the 7 team fouls. Eisner needs the first to get the second. She does, so she will. That breaks a 10-0 run. Missed that one. We're going to jump ball. It'll be Classical's basketball. So Classical can take the last shot if they choose. 19 seconds left. Off the rim, no good. Long rebound. Hennessy to the basket. You kick it back to Pedro. Hennessy with the shot. They were going to call travel anyway, but the horn sounds. So we were tied 3 times, 2-2, 4-4, 9-9. Classical went on a 10-0 run to open up a 10-point lead. Eisner hit a free throw to cut it to 9, and that's where we are. We played a period, and Classical has got a 19-10 lead at the end of one period, and 12 of those 19 points have come from Amelia Pedro. She's got 3 trifectas. Thurman has got 5 points as well. I guess one of those shots for Pedro, they only gave her 2. Mannia's got 3. Thurman's got 5. Pedro's got 11. So Pedro outscored Medford in the first period, 11-10, with those 2 big threes. Classical in foul trouble, especially Shayla Brinkley, who's sitting with 3. Classical in that first game on the road had to come from behind in the fourth period, get a shot virtually at the buzzer to tie it up, and they wound up winning it in overtime. Eisner going strong to the basket. Get hit, she'll be at the free throw line. Eisner, Casey, McGinnis, Kaylor, Scarpelli out there from Medford. Wilson, Hennessy, Thurman, Pedro, and Reese Brinklow for Classical as Eisner makes her 4th free throw and gets Medford on the board first in the second period. Missed. Casey tracks down the long rebound. Eisner takes the shot. It's short. They go deep to Thurman. Thurman throws it up, gets the bounce. Oscar goes back to that 1-2-2 trap. McGinnis. She stopped her dribble and then saw an open space and dribbled again. So Classical's got that 10-point lead back. Almost stole that pass away. Thurman again with a tough shot, but she's going to get 2 at the line. Not a great shot. Going into traffic and trying to get the underhand layup. But she gets benefited with 2 at the line. Missed the first. I don't know. It wasn't a three-point shot. I don't know why she's getting three shots. Nobody could have stepped in the lane. There was nobody in the lane. I don't know why she get. I don't know whether it was a pause. She missed all three. I don't know whether the officials called it time or somebody was tying a shoe or something that they didn't count the first shot, but she missed the next two anyway. Underhand layup. Jocelyn got stuck underneath. Took an extra step trying to get that layup off. Just over a minute into the second period. Classical by 10. Hennessy across to Thurman. Off the rim, no good. Tipped up. Fall away, no good. By Reese Sprinkler. He'll give it to McGinnis to push up. Strong to the basket. She went coast to coast. And Medford has it in single digits, down to 8. Hennessy takes the shot, off the rim, no good. Medford with the rebound. McGinnis pushing it up again. They lost it. They get tied up. It'll be Classical's basketball. Sayla Brinkler with her 3 fouls comes back, along with Wilson. They'll give it to Hennessy to bring up. Three-point basket by who else? Pedro. And all of a sudden, Classical has their largest lead of 11. And here comes McGinnis. She got too far under. She made a great try. Got too far under the basket and couldn't get the shot off. The foul will be against Medford. And now both teams with 5:43 left in the half will be shooting free throws. They'll give it now to Sayla Brinkland, back to Hennessy to bring up. Taken away by McGinnis. And they're going to call a block. McGinnis a little bit out of control trying to go to the basket, got shut off, but she gets a break because they bumped her and she'll get 2 at the line. She can make it 2, she'll get it back in the single digits. It's 1-1. She needs the first to get the second. The last 5.5 minutes after this, Medford will be shooting 2. McGinnis stepped over the line. It wasn't any good anyway, but Classical will get the basketball and Hennessy will bring it up. They're leaving Pedro open again. They gave her 2 chances. That 1-3-1 zone is leaving Pedro wide open. Shot is shot. The follow. Jocelyn got her own rebound and laid it in. 3 minutes in, Medford down 9 to the Classical Rams. Off the rim, no good. Profori comes up with the rebound. McGinnis again a little bit out of control, but somehow she found Jocelyn under the basket. Looked like she was going to carry it right out of bounds. Turned and found Jocelyn wide open. And again, Pedro can have that shot anytime she wants it. You'd think after she hit 3 threes that somebody would get out there and cover her. Inside, short, no good. Loose ball, short, no good. Mannion comes away with it. Mannion lost it but got it back. Sailor Brinkler got stuffed. And now the foul is going to put Molly Mannion at the line because Medford will be over the line. Just past the halfway mark of the second period. It's been all classical. We were tied 3 times, 2-2, 4-4, 9-9. At that 9-9 point, classical ran 10 in a row. And they've been leading ever since. They got it up to 11. Mannion, if she can make a couple here, we'll get it back up to 9. She needs the first to get the second. No good. And they're going to call. Profori hesitated and stepped over the line inside. So Mannion gets a second chance. Tipped away. It got saved, and it wound up going off Jocelyn. Sailor Brinkler will put it in play. Down the lane, off the glass, no good. Rumenap brings it up. She gets the return pass. Got tipped and knocked down. Thurman going to the basket. Stops, hesitates, and lays it in. 26-17, Classical. Thurman with 9. Casey drops it off. Second three-point basket by Rumenap. And the lead all of a sudden is 6. Thurman shot, no good. Medford can get a little closer. Rumenap again, she's got 3 trifectas. All of a sudden that 11-point lead is 3. Thurman trying to go to the basket, lost it, almost traveled, almost double dribbled. Now she hustles up and knocks it out of play. And Lynn Classical wants a timeout. They had the lead at 11. They were still 9 at 26-17. 6 in a row, 2 3-point baskets by Barakel Rumenap. And all of a sudden it's 26-23 with 2:22 left in the first half. So what looked like a pretty easy first half for Classical, Medford has battled back. We mentioned Medford looking for their first win. They lost to English at Lynn English, so they're looking for a split here in Lynn. Classical looking for 2 in a row after getting a tough overtime win in their last game. But it's been back and forth, and both teams in foul trouble. Medford will be shooting 2 the last 2:22. Classical will be shooting 1-on-1. Rumenap, 9 points with those 3 3-point baskets. Jocelyn has got 8, 4 in each period. Pedro has 14. But after getting 19 points in the first period, Classical has 7 here in the second period. Medford with a chance to get a lot closer. Instead, they turn it over. They missed the layup. They get a second chance. Reese Brinkler missed the first, got her own rebound and laid it in. So Medford had a chance to get close. Classical pushes it up to 5. Steps called. Profori got the pass inside, but she was way inside. And when she turned, she almost stepped out of bounds. Thurman had it blocked and taken away. Thurman lets it fly. It goes out of bounds. 1:23 left. Casey saves it from going out of bounds. And we got steps called. So both teams being generous in the turnover department. Tom Sawyer tried to get a substitution. I think they were trying to get Pedro back in the game. Wilson took steps, did a little shuffle. Now, it wasn't Pedro, it was Hennessy they're trying to get back in. And they're trying to get Brinkler out with her 3 fouls. Just under a minute left in this first half. Both teams have had runs. Classical had the biggest, 10-0. Rumenap tried to squeeze it off, wound up throwing it out of bounds. 45 ticks left in this first half. Thurman closely covered. Hennessy looking to go to the basket. Thurman stepped around the defense and threw it in. Looked like she got shut down. She took a quick little sidestep to her right, knocked it down, and Classical's lead is 7. Nice little move inside, little half hook. Johnson's got 6 in the period. Clock winding down. Thurman lets it fly. That'll do it for the half. So Classical's lead get up to as much as 11. Medford cut it to 3 at one time with 2 3-point baskets by Rumenap. And then all of a sudden, Classical got another bucket, and it turned out to be a 5-point advantage. We got very little time left. I'm going to take a quick talk to the guy who will be coaching Classical basketball next, the boys basketball coach, and making his debut back in Lynn. He made his debut last week on the road. Marvin Avery, longtime coach at Tech, winning coach at Tech. And Marvin, it's great to have you back, and it's great to have you back in basketball.
Great, John. It's a pleasure being back for the city of Lynn, my family, the folks, and what can I say about the Classical family? Give me an opportunity to coach back home. And kids are excited, the city's excited, my family's excited, and so is you, John.
Well, it's nice to have you back. You and I go back a long way. I did a lot of your games at Tech. We've known each other a long time. You do a great job with the kids. You're an outstanding coach. And Classical's very lucky that you were available, that they could get you when Mr. Grasser retired. But it's tough going into a new program. You lost a very good player that transferred, but I've seen you work in the past, and I know you're going to get these kids playing well.
Absolutely, John. You know, what can you say? I'm not here to replace Tom Grass. I'm just trying to keep the legacy him and his son Jasper had here, and I'm grateful for Amy Dunn and Billy Devin giving me a great opportunity to come back to Classical and coach. And we're work in progress. Like I said, we lost 8 seniors. 3 guys decided to transfer, but give me some time. We're going to build things back up. And as you know, John, I'm going to coach my tail off. A lot of X's and O's. Kids are starting to catch on to my style, getting used to me. And I got some outstanding ball players on this basketball team. Starting with Jaden Thornton, phenomenal guard. And what can I say about the big fella, Angel Garcia? He came through. He worked hard in off season, did everything I asked him to do. And we have a phenomenal freshman in my son, Marquise Avery. And got a really good athlete in Tyler Wilson outside. So with the combination of those guys, a little mixture of senior leadership and experience, we're going to make some noise.
Looking too now, you've come out of the Commonwealth Conference. You've been around watching. You're at St. Mary's watching Catholic Central. You're at Lincoln Classical watching Northeastern Conference. I don't know if you got to see a lot of Greater Boston League, but all of a sudden you come into Classical and it's not Northeastern Conference. It's Greater Boston League with Medford, Malden, Somerville, Everett. A little bit different for you.
Very different, John. The diversity cities like we are in the city of Lynn, very competitive, very good athletes, and it's good for the program, good for the kids, and it's a challenge night in, night out, so you got to be prepared. There's no days off like I had back in the years past where I had to go out there and get the tough non-league schedule, but this year, night in, night out, it's going to be competitive, and what can I say, it's a challenge.
Well, the best thing about the whole thing is we're back and we're playing basketball and we're playing sports and the kids are getting to do something and you're getting to coach, and welcome back, my friend.
Thanks a lot, John. I appreciate it. I'll talk to you soon.
Marvin Avery coming back from a long layoff. He's one of the better coaches ever around. We're starting the second half. A 5-point lead. Thurman picked off the pass. She got tied up. We'll have a jump ball. In the corner to who else? Pedro. And what does she do? She throws it in. That's her fourth trifecta. She just took the lead against Rumenap, who got 3 trifectas. 2 of them back to back. Casey shot off the rim. Out in front is Pedro. She gives it up to Thurman. Thurman might have got away with a travel. She didn't put the ball on the floor. From behind, Reese Sprinkler knocks it away from K-Law. McGinnis looking to go to the basket. It got blocked. She saved it. And they wound up with a layup and they missed it. Thurman wide open down court. Medford had a layup and missed it. And Klausow's got their 10-point lead back. So Medford cut it down a couple of times. They had it down to 3. They had it down to 5, and they had the ball with the time running out, but they gave up the ball in a basket. And it wound up a 5-point lead at halftime. And now Classical comes out and scores the first 5 points. Another big 3 by Amelia Pedro. She's got 17, and Thurman's got 13. They have 30 of the 35. Rubenap with those 3 trifectas has 9. Catherine Joslin has 10, 6 of those coming in the second period when Medford made that little bit of a run to get back in it. But now they have to make another run because now, once again, they're down 10. The wheel's turning on both sides here in the early part of this third period. We're coming to you live from Classical High School here on YouTube. We haven't done this in a long time. We used to do some live broadcasts on our TV channel, our Lynn Warner Cable way back when from Fraser Field, and we did one from Swampscott High School football game when Matt Durgan became a father with Molly. Classical Swampscott football game. But we haven't done live. Thurman again taking that extra step. We did Sports Weekly live from the studio, but games, we haven't done those live for a long time. Thurman with the steal. She gets grabbed and pulled down and knocked down by Casey. So Thurman making a pest of herself. We mentioned her family. Tony, Eddie, great players at Classical, great players at college. Tony Thurman was outstanding football. Nice pass inside. They missed a layup, but they got a foul. Tony was on the Bob Hope everything football team on TV. And Eddie was an outstanding quarterback and a great basketball player, as was Tony. Off the rim, no good. Shayla Brinkley gets on the scoreboard. Not really spreading the scoring around. Hopefrey was about to make a pass inside when she realized she couldn't, and it wound up with her taking an extra step. So she turns it over. Classical has matched their largest lead of the game. They're up 11 in the early moments of this third period. From dead in the corner, too strong. Shayla Brinkler knocked it away and tried to save it and knocked it out. Good try by Brinkler. McGinnis will bring it up. Stripped away. Ruminap. Wound up on the floor, and they're going to call a little late whistle. They call it for travel. Wilson is back in the game. For Classical. Running off the glass, no good, by Reese Brinkler. Whole different setup. Classical playing in the Greater Boston League instead of the Northeastern Conference. We're going to whistle and a foul against Classical for reaching. Classical gets 4 home games this year. One of them will be against English. English gets 2 home games, and all of the home games are doubleheaders, boys and girls, varsity. And completely different for us, with us meaning Channel 15 local cable. We've never seen this before. Everything. We're having soccer and football and basketball and hockey. Everything going on at the same time. Thurman's shot, no good. Reese Splinkler with the rebound, no good. Thurman's shot blocked. Blocked again inside. McGinnis had a shot blocked. Steps called. Mannion saw Pedro breaking, tried to make the pass, but took a couple steps trying to get the pass off. But here in Lynn Tech, being in the Commonwealth Conference, they're not playing basketball because their league already played basketball, but they're playing football and soccer. St. Mary's already played basketball and hockey, so they're playing football. English and Classical haven't played anything, so they're playing basketball and hockey, the Lynn Jets. And come May, English and Classical will be getting into football and soccer. McGinnis got a break there. She was by the basket. She was almost out of bounds, throwing an underhand layup. Had no chance to even get it up anywhere near the basket, never mind get it in. But she drew the contact. That's the third foul on Mannion. That ends a drought. Just over half the period, that's their first point. Sprinkler got stuck in the corner, and when she tried to dribble away out, he bounced it off her foot. So Medford can get a little closer. They're down 9. Classical got those first 6 points quickly. The 3 by Pedro. But they haven't scored since. Shot, no good. Wilson ahead. Hennessy. Nice bounce pass. Couldn't get the layup. Good pass by Hennessy to Sailor Brinkler. Laid it up the rim. It wouldn't go. Ruminap. She threw that between 2 Medford players and went to the Medford bench, harmlessly out of bounds. So a long drought for Medford. They haven't got a basket yet. And a long drought for Classical after scoring the first 6. Wilson stepped up and said, I think I'll throw it in. I'll end the drought. And now Classical has their biggest lead of 12. Are they going to call it on the drive, or are they going to call it a shooting foul? Kayla, looking for her first points, will get 2. In and out. Little too much mustard on that shot. Got it inside the rim, but it quickly popped out. He makes that one. We're 5.5 minutes in to this third period. Medford doesn't have a basket. They have 3 free throws. Hennessy looking inside. Brinkler's shot, Sailor Brinkler's shot got blocked. I have to say Shinkler, there's 2 of them. Casey can't hit the shot, gets her own rebound and lays it in. So it took them just about 6 minutes to get their first basket. Great bounce pass. Hennessy with a great pass. Sprinkler laid it in, but a terrific pass. Just bounced it right by everybody. Found Brinkler all by herself. Shot, no good. Medford lost it out of bounds. Thurman and Pedro will come back for Classical. 1:38 left in the period. Thurman will bring it up. As he sidesteps a couple, tipped it away from Casey. I was just about to say she got away with the travel. She went left, right, left. Rumenap, the runner, no good. Couple of follows. Jocelyn, she had 10 in the first half. That's her first basket. Only the second basket with a minute left in the period for Medford. Casey's going to commit the foul. We're not as bad off in foul trouble as we were in the first half. We were already shooting free throws with a minute left in the first period. It's only 3 fouls apiece. He almost threw that ball away. Wilson saved it. From dead in the corner, no good. Out of bounds. If it can get a little closer. Casey lost it. It goes to the floor. Pedro, looked like Pedro hit her head. Knocked out by Classical. Bodies went for the floor trying to get that loose ball. Mannion and Resprinkler are back for Classical. Emma Casey will put it in play for Medford. Trip knocked away. Rumenap saved it. Would have gone off her foot. We're going to jump ball. It'll be Medford's basketball. She had to throw it up. Shot clock. Eisner couldn't get it up. It got blocked. Shot clock turns it over. Classical's got 10 seconds to get a shot off. Casey fouls Thurman outside. There was 10 seconds left when he threw the ball in bounds. There's 9.7 seconds left now. Not a lot of time went off the clock. Wilson lets it fly. Out of bounds. They won't get it off. So Classical led by 5 at halftime. They got the lead up. They went on a 6-0 run to get the lead to 11. They extended it to 9-2. Took almost 6 minutes for Medford to get their first basket. And he got the lead up to 12, 39-27. And then a 5-2 run by Medford. Makes it 41-32, a 9-point lead with a period left. Classical looking for their second win. Medford looking for their first. Told you how different everything is. There's no jump ball to start the game. Oh, like a flip of the coin, you win. you get the ball out of bounds, and we go back and forth after that with jump balls or at halftime. Nobody in the lane for the first shot of a two-shot foul. No out of bounds under the basket except after a basket when you're going down court. Everything is on the side. And if you get a vision of across the way, you see the teams spread out. They've got chairs, no bench. You're not sitting in a straight line near the scores table. Chairs are spread out all over the place. Equal distance between everybody. So a whole new atmosphere with this virus taking control. But the beauty is these kids are back. The best part now would be get them back in school. Herman shut off. Wilson shut off. Thurman took steps. She was going to try and take a three. The defense came out and shut her down. Then she tried to go to the basket. When she tried to go around, she took an extra step. So Medford can get on the board first. Casey missed the shot, made a good move to get to the basket, but then missed the shot. Tough shot by Mannion. Little semi-hook off the rim, no good. Tipped around. Wilson was right in the right place at the right time. The rebound off the missed shot didn't go right or left. It came out in the middle of the lane. Wilson was there to pick it up. Got fouled. She'll get 2 at the line. And Scott Pelly picked up her 4th foul. Off the rim, no good. Scott Pelly will have to come out. She makes that one. We got a foul inside. Laura Wilson's only a 9th grade, a freshman. She's going to be a good one. Hennessy is only a sophomore. Casey outside. We played a little over a minute. Nobody has scored yet. They almost threw it away. McGinnis saved it. McGinnis, again, a little out of control dribbling the basketball, but she got a break. She got fouled. That's the 4th foul on Pedro. McGinnis gets it back. Medford has to get a little giddy up in their step. They're down 10. Threw it up, missed the shot. Casey gets the rebound, missed the layup. They're going to call steps. Isabella O'Brien did a nice job trying to get the rebound. She ripped it away, but she took an extra step trying to get loose. Hennessy bring it up. And she had the right idea. Sailor Brinkler was wide open on the backside. And the pass went over her head. They throw it ahead. Too strong with the layup, but she got hit. Wilson will commit the foul. And K-Law will be at the free throw line. So this is the year that English and Classical dropped out of the Northeastern Conference into the Greater Boston League. That one hangs in. The Northeastern Conference played their schedule of soccer and boys and girls and track and golf, and English and Classical will do that in May. 2 free throws. Gets the lead down to 8. They almost threw it away. Reese Sprinkler saved that pass from going out of bounds and laid it in. Nice job. Hennessy had the right idea with the pass. Reese Sprinkler made a very nice play to go up and save it from going out of bounds and had the layup. And the lead is back to 10. And again, Medford with a slow start. The runner no good. Saved. Reese Sprinkler picked off the saving pass, and then it got knocked out by Medford. Too strong. Taylor Brinkler partially blocked on the shot. 3 minutes in to this fourth and final period. McGinnis to the basket, swatted away. Sailor Brinkler came over off her defensive position. McGinnis looked like she was walking in, and Sailor Brinkler just whacked it away. And again, the ball goes out of bounds on the side. K-Law to Joslin. They're looking to go inside to Joslin. The shot clock beat him. I don't know. It's hard to imagine because they're standing right in front of their own bench area. Somebody should be yelling to them, hey, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Strong move to the basket, but off the rim, no good. Heisner went down on the floor, got it, gave it to Rumenoff, and Medford called a timeout. 4:22 left in the ball game. Classical has been leading virtually from the get-go. We were tied at 2, tied at 4, tied at 9. At that 9-9 point, Classical went on a 10-0 lead run, 10-0 run to get the lead up to 10. It was 9 at the end of the first period. Medford came back, all the way back. Back-to-back three-point baskets by Barakel. Rumenap got it to within 3. It was 5, and Medford had the basketball in the closing seconds. And they couldn't score. And Classical took that 5-point lead into the third period. They went on a 6-0 run to start. They extended it to 9-2 to get their biggest lead of the game, 39-27. Medford outscored them 5-2 in the last minute or so to get it down to 9. And now a 3-2 start by Classical got it back up to 10. And again, we played almost half the period. And Medford doesn't have a basket. They went almost 6 minutes in the third period, and they only got 2 baskets in the period. Reese Sprinkler knocks the pass away. Pedro's coming back with her 4 fouls. So Medford has had trouble getting started, getting out of the gate in all 4 periods. Newman had tried to go around the defense. She didn't have any room. She stepped out of bounds. Medford now going full court pressure. Tom Sawyer calls timeout when he realizes that full court pressure. They hadn't done that before. That was the reason for the timeout by Medford, so they could get into a different defense. And Tom Sawyer, the coach of Classical, seeing that, quickly called the timeout. Just shy of the halfway mark. 4:11 left in this fourth period. After that 9-9 tie, Classical has never trailed. They've got up as many as 12. It was 11 a couple of times. It's now 10. And after cutting it to 5 at halftime, Medford had that slow start in the third period, didn't get a basket till almost 6 minutes were gone. They only got 2 baskets in the period. They only got 7 points. And the lead was back up to 9. And now Classical's only scored 3 in the first almost 4 minutes, but Medford's only scored 2. They don't have a basket. So another slow start. Now Medford takes the full court press off. They go back to that 1-3-1 zone. They come way out to cover Thurman coming to the basket. Thurman fell down. Long lead pass. That's a very nice play. Taylor hustled, knocked it away, and then had an easy layup. Thurman, I don't know how she even got that up to the rim. She was almost under the basket when she took the shot. But very quickly, Thurman's looking to get those 2 points back. Around the rim and out. Missed it. Jocelyn tipped it. Classical winds up with a wild hook shot by Brinkler. Rumenap pushing it up. McGinnis with it. Medford can get a little closer. But they let an awful lot of time run off the clock. Shot clock is down to 10. We got a foul inside. McGinnis got it to Jocelyn. They took a lot of time. Jocelyn will get 2 at the line. Off the rim, no good. Makes that one. She had 10 points in the first half. She's only got 3 in the second half. And she got stuck, got it to Pedro. Thurman looking to go to the basket. Blocked by Jocelyn. Nice play. And Classical was out of bounds. Nice defense by Jaws, and she's doing it at both ends of the court. A couple of ticks under 3 minutes left. Classical holding on to a 7-point lead. Medford doesn't go away, but again, helping Classical by taking a lot of time off the clock. Jocelyn got loose and laid it in. All of a sudden, it's a 5-point game. Pedro with a big basket. The 7-3 run got them back within 5. That's a big-time play by Pedro. She's hit a couple of big threes, but that layup was huge. She went in, tucked her head, underhand, laid it in, gets the lead back up to 7 with 2:28 left. So both teams struggling offensively here. Slow starts. Pedro with 19 points on the game. Medford was close at 3 points after 2 back-to-back threes by Rumenap in the first half, second period. They got it back after being down 12 in the third period. They got it back down to 5. Pedro was giving Classical a little bit of breathing room. Eisner with a wild hook shot. That's one where the coach says, let her go and take that shot. But she's going to get 2 at the line. You wonder why coaches get gray hair. They get fouls on shots like that. Eisner has 4 points, all from the free throw line. And all in the first half. Sailor Brinkler is back and Mannion goes out. Off the rim, no good. Medford almost wanted to refuse that penalty. Classical stepped in the lane. Jocelyn had the rebound. Looked like she might get a basket. Instead, Eisner will get another shot. She makes that one. The lead is 6. Classical throws it away. Medford's got a pulse. Not a big one, but they got a pulse. 2 possessions, it would have to be 3s. Rumenap is the only one that shoots 3s. Jocelyn banks it in. They missed the layup. Casey a little out of control, trying to go coast to coast. .140 left. Classical by 4. Medford full court pressure. That would have been a jump ball. It would have been Medford's ball, but Tom Sawyer called timeout, and the official gave it to him before they got tied up Brinkler. .136 left. Medford has to foul twice to put Classical at the free throw line. Classical fouls, Medford will be shooting. 46-42. Medford only has 10 points in this fourth period, but Classical only has 5. They've eaten into that 9-point lead, cut it to 4, and they just had the basketball and turned it over. Classical trying to hold on. The 12-point lead in the third period has dwindled to 4. Every time it looked like Classical was going to maybe run away and hide, here comes Medford back, led mostly by Jocelyn. She got 17 points, but K-Laura's got 4 in this period as well. Hennessy with the basketball. Classical would like to run as much time as they can. Don't be in a hurry. They try to go inside, it got picked off. Inside to Jocelyn, lays it in. .106 left. Classical by 2. A 12-5 run here in this fourth period. Medford has the basketball. Jocelyn again. We're dead even at 46. I don't think there was any question that Thurman was going to go coast to coast. She just faked one way, faked another way, took the ball to the basket. She's got 2 at the line with 41 seconds left. Both teams shooting 1-on-1 the rest of the way. Big free throws here. Missed the first. Nine points by Jocelyn in this 12-5 run by Medford. And all of a sudden, the game is dead even. It was Classical coming back from a big deficit. Thurman makes a big free throw. Steps called. I think K-Law saw the lane. She got excited. She took 2 steps before she put the ball on the floor. Classical cannot run out the clock. They can almost run out the clock. So Medford doesn't really have to foul. But Classical wants to run as much time as they can, leading by a point. They missed the shot. Reach-in foul by Thurman. McGinnis is going to get 1-on-1 at the line. Classical, I don't know why they were shooting that quickly. They could have run the clock down to like 5 or 6 seconds, put pressure on Medford, but they took a very quick shot. And now it looked like it might be an easy win. The game is on the line here at the free throw line. Shot is missed. Medford has to foul. Tom Sawyer saw Reese Sprinkler completely tied up and called a quick timeout. 19 seconds left. Medford has to foul. Classical is going to get 6 points in this fourth period. And it might be enough to squeeze by. 19 seconds left in this battle. I have to say, I almost said Northeastern Conference, but I saw this Greater Boston League battle. Medford trying to get a split here in Lynn. They lost to Lynn English at English. They've certainly given Classical all they can handle. They were down 12 in the third period. They've had a couple of runs. They went on a 14-5 run here in this fourth period. Classical was having a hard time scoring. Thurman took it coast to coast, took a tough shot but got fouled. Missed the first, added a little bit to the suspense of this one. Made the second to give Classical a 1-point lead. And then Medford had a chance, and they went a little too quick to the basket, wound up traveling. Turned the ball over, and now the only thing they can do is steal the inbounds pass. If they don't, they have to foul. They can't let Classical run time off the clock. McGinnis knocked it off Thurman. They tried to get it to Thurman, and McGinnis reached in and knocked it away and then knocked it off Thurman. And Medford, now Classical can't foul. They'll put Medford at the line. 17 seconds left, a 1-point game. Medford has the basketball coming at the near sideline. So back and forth we go. Catherine Joslin doing a job here in the fourth period. She had 12 points, 10 in the first half through 3 periods. She got 9. She got 21 of the 46 points. Kayla came to life. She had 1 point through 3 periods. She's got 4 in this fourth period. And Classical has been held to 2 baskets and only 6 points in this fourth period. Now they have to hold on and shut Medford down without fouling and without giving them a basket. If they foul, Medford goes to the free throw line. A jump ball will go to Classical. A terrific play by Marion McGinnis. She battled Thurman trying to get the ball in bounds. And with the ball at the floor, she knocked it off Thurman. So now Classical has to shut Medford down. K-Law will put it in play. It's come down to virtually the final possession. Steps called. Joslin's been on fire inside. She was going to go to the basket to try and take the shot, and she shuffled her feet. So both teams being generous, turning the ball over here in the last 17 seconds. Now again, Medford will have to foul. They finally reach in. They let a lot of time run off the clock. Hennessy will get 1-on-1. These are big free throws because there's still enough time for Medford to get down and get a shot. 11 seconds. She needs the first to get the second. Big free throw by Hennessy. That's her first point in the game, and it is huge. If she makes this one, Medford will need a 3. And the only one shooting threes in the game for them was Rumenap, and she's on the bench. Big free throws. Hennessy comes up huge. .1 second left. So after both teams gave away early Christmas gifts, or late Christmas gifts, turning the ball over, Classical had it. Medford would have to foul. Classical turned it over. Classical had to shut them down. Medford turned it over. They were forced to foul, but they them get the ball up court, let them use a lot of time. And that may have cost them because there's only 11 seconds left. They have to go the full length of the court, and they need a three. 49-46. So Glasgow's been in battles their first two. The first one, they were behind in the fourth period. They closed and won it in overtime. Medford wasn't close against English. English had an easy win against Medford. But Medford has turned it around, and the coaches and players have to be proud of themselves. They made a huge bid. They could have quit any time, down 12. They didn't. They came all the way back, and they still have a life. But not an easy one. They need a three-point play with 11 seconds left. I don't know if you're Classical, if you want to let them get the ball over midcourt, run some time off the clock, and foul them. Rumenap is back in the game. She's their three-point shooter. If you're Classical, you might want to let them get the clock down. Now, Medford, I don't know if Medford thought Classical was going to full court press, but they called a timeout. And if you're Tom Sawyer, as I mentioned, you might want to let Medford take the ball, get it down to half court, get it in, get it down to 7-8 seconds, and foul and put them at the line. Make sure you don't foul them on a three-point shot. But you want to make sure you cover Rumenap right here. Although she's sitting down, I hope she's out of the game. She's the only person. She hit 3 threes. 2 of them back-to-back in the second period. All in the first half. No one else has even attempted a 3. So back and forth we go. We were tied at 2, tied at 4, tied at 9. Class going on a 10-0 run. They've been leading ever since. That's a little bit of a run to cut it to 5 at halftime. Glasgow went on a 9-2 run to build it up to 12. Medford finished the third period on a 5-2 run to get it down to 9. And now Glasgow, there were only 2 baskets in the fourth period. And only 8 points. Big free throw by Thurman. 2 huge free throws by Hennessy. McGinnis pushes it up. They step back. It's partially blocked. Jocelyn laid it in at the buzzer. And Glasgow's going to win it by a point. Outstanding effort by Medford. Glasgow hangs on. They were leading by 12 in the third period. Medford tied it at 46. They get that big basket by Jocelyn at the buzzer, but a big free throw by Thurman, but then the 2 big free throws, Icewater. Lauren Hennessy, 2 big free throws. Pushed the lead to 3, and those 2 big free throws turned out to be the winner. As they win it 49-48. So both games for Glasgow have been barn burners. An overtime win and now a 1-point win in regulation for Medford. Jocelyn, who got the basket at the buzzer, was enormous in this game. Defensively and offensively, she got 23. K-Law got 4 big points in the fourth period. Rumenoff got those 3 big threes early to get them back in the game early in the first half. But the 9-2 run built up a 12-point lead. Medford cut it to 9 at the end of 3, and then they went on a 14-5 run to tie it at 46, and then the free throw by Thurman made it 47-46. 2 mammoth free throws, Icewater free throws by Hennessy, her only points of the game, made it 49, and then it might have been Reese Brinkler or Sailor Brinkler who got a big block on the 3-point attempt by K-Law. Jocelyn got the rebound, laid it in, but too little too late. Her 23 points got them within one, but that was it. Classical wins it 49-48. So for Classical, Molly Mannion had 3. Sailor Brinkler had a point, all of which are important because they won by a point. Reese Brinkler had 6. Hennessy, her only 2 points were the winning free throws, winning the basketball game. Thurman had a big game with 14, and Amelia Pedro had 3 big threes. She scored 19 to lead all scorers. Classical is going to go to 2-0 on the early season with an overtime win and a 1-point win. Medford is going to go to 0-2. They won't get their split here in Lynn, but if they keep playing the way they're playing, they're going to do some damage in this GBL. So the final score here at Classical High School, Lynn Classical hangs on after leading by 12 in the third period. They win it 49-48 on 2 big free throws by Lauren Hennessy. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm Don Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.